The videos you're creating on YouTube might be preventing you from getting views and making money. John recently posted on Reddit mentioning how his videos get an initial spike in views before the numbers suddenly drop off. When that happens, fewer views means fewer products and services sold. Today, I'm going to explain what's causing this and show you how to fix it so you don't fall into that same trap. So if we look at his channel here, we can see it's a photography channel, 260,000 subscribers, and his videos aren't doing too hot. We're getting 3,000 views, 5,000 views, 1,000 views, and for a channel with 260,000 subs, he should be pulling in a lot more views per video. But on the surface, this doesn't make sense. His videos are getting decent click-through rates and his engagement is quite good. The average view duration per video is also high. So there is something going on here. It's not to do with the individual videos, but the videos that he's making on a whole. If we look at his watch time from subscribers, we can see that the subscribed viewers are giving 30% of all watch time. So that tells us that his subscribers are watching his videos a lot, but they're not going out to new people as much. And if the videos aren't being shown to new people, that's a problem. It means the channel isn't going to be growing anymore and he's going to be seeing stagnation in its views. But we can see that in a little bit more detail on individual videos. So here we have the returning viewers plotted in green against the new viewers in purple. So when you upload a video to YouTube, it will test it out before it sends it to loads of people. So it'll send it to your subscribers, it'll see how they respond, and if they like it and they respond well to it, it will push that video out to the rest of YouTube. It'll send it to people who have never heard of your channel before. And when we see really high returning viewers but low new viewers on a video, that tells us it's not resonating with a core crowd. YouTube's sending the video to his subscribers, they're saying, I'm not really interested, so YouTube stops the video dead in the water. We see this pattern happening again and again and again and again and again. Every video he's uploaded recently, lots of returning viewers, but not many new viewers. But why does this happen? Well, if you think about your favourite TV series, let's say it is The Simpsons, you know what to expect every time you watch an episode. You know how long it's going to be, what kind of content it is. You'll know it'll be animated and it will have a little storyline where Homer will probably do something stupid. You know there will be some humour in it. But if you turned on the TV expecting The Simpsons and then a crime documentary came on, you might be pretty disappointed. You came for The Simpsons, you wanted to watch The Simpsons, but then you got something completely different. And this is the mistake that John is making with his channel. So if you saw a video like this, how to choose the best lens for wedding photography, what kind of person is going to be interested in that? Well, clearly it would be a wedding photographer. And then 2 videos later, he has Exploring Tokyo with the Rolly street photography. What kind of person is going to be interested in that? Probably a street photographer. It wouldn't necessarily appeal to a wedding photographer. Then a few videos later, he has my first outing with the Fujifilm GFX 100. That could be interesting to any different type of photographer, anyone who cared about that camera. It's not specific to wedding photographers, it's not specific to street photography, it's just people who are interested in buying that camera. So what will happen is, somebody comes to John's channel, they see a video like 5 huge mistakes second photographers need to stop making now, and they'll think, cool, I'm a second photographer, this is interesting to me, I'm going to watch this, I like it, I subscribe. And then the next video is about buying this camera and you think, I'm not really interested in that, so when YouTube shows it to them, they don't click on it. And then the next video after that is also about buying this camera. And then the next one after that is also about this camera. And the one after that is about how it's useful for wedding photography. Maybe at this point, YouTube has been showing them these videos one after the next after next. And each time they think, I don't care about the camera. I'm not going to watch that video. And eventually, YouTube just stops recommending John's content to that viewer. And that's why he ends up getting such lower views, why he gets 1,000 views on a video because that isn't interesting to his core audience. It's like he has this big channel with lots of different audiences built within it. He has some people interested in wedding photography, some people interested in street photography, some people are interested in gear reviews. So when YouTube tests a video out and it sends it out to his subscribers, it could be anyone in that puddle that sees that next video, and if they're not interested in that video, they won't watch it. YouTube will stop recommending it and he'll just get very few views like he currently is. A better way to fix this is to think about viewer intent. So if somebody watches one video, would they be interested in watching your next video? How to build a stunning wedding photography portfolio fast. Okay, that will appeal to wedding photographers. If they subscribe, would they then be interested in this lens changed my view on zoom lenses? Would they be interested in medium format photography showdown? Probably not. So he'll get people subscribing, they'll get more videos recommended to them, they won't watch them, and his views will just keep plummeting. But you don't need to fall into that trap because I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it, and the solution is incredibly simple. But first, if you want to get more clients from YouTube, then I have a free email course in the description down below, and it's 30 ways in 30 days to land more clients from YouTube. But how do we figure out what kind of content to make? Well, just ask yourself 3 very simple questions. Who can you help? What can you help them with? And what keeps them awake at night? So for John, he is a wedding photographer. He already has courses on his website about helping other wedding photographers. So it's clear that he's experienced in that area. He could help wedding photographers. And the problem that keeps them up at night, I think it would be making more money in their business. I was a photographer for 10 years and I know many photographers struggle with the business side of things, with landing clients, with making enough money. So how do we relate this back to his content? Well, every time he makes a video, he should just go through this simple checklist to see if a video meets it. First, you ask, does it speak to your ideal viewer? So in this case, it would be wedding photographers. Does it promise some sort of transformation? Is the video easy to understand? And does the video create curiosity? So let's have a look at one of the videos on his channel. For this, does this speak to his ideal viewer? The lightest GFX cameras here. Not really. It wouldn't speak to that wedding photographer, that specific person. It kind of speaks to everyone. Well, everyone that's interested in photography and in that camera specifically. And then does it promise a transformation? No, there's no transformation there. Is it easy to understand? Yeah, it is. It's about that camera. And does it create curiosity? Maybe if I was interested in that camera it would, but I think for most people, if they didn't hear of that camera before, they wouldn't be that interested. So let's look at another video. What wedding photography gear I'm using in 2025. Does that speak to his ideal viewer? Yep. Wedding photographers, check. Does it promise a transformation? Not necessarily there, not necessarily. Is it easy to understand? Yep, it checks that box. And does it create curiosity? Maybe. Maybe for the right person, they would want to know what other gear he's using. So one more example. Exploring Tokyo with a Rollei 35F. Does that speak to his ideal viewer? Well, no. If his ideal viewer is wedding photographers, that doesn't speak to them. Does it promise a transformation? Not really, no. Is it easy to understand? Yeah. Does it create curiosity? Maybe. So it's not really ticking all of the boxes we need to create a consistent video for a consistent person. So what I did is I went and wrote a few titles just to give you an idea of the sort of content that I would make if I was running his channel. And I think each of these titles would tick all 4 of those boxes. So let's rework some of his old videos. So one of them was the 3 most important steps in your CRM automation. Does that speak to his ideal viewer? No. Is it interested? No. That's why it got 1,000 views. It's just not a very exciting video title. So I transformed it to these 3 settings will transform your wedding photography business. That speaks to his ideal viewer of the wedding photographer. It promises some sort of transformation. It creates some sort of curiosity where people would think, what are these 3 settings? It's basically the same video, but it is now targeting that core viewer. Or this other video, how to create a wedding photography timeline that works for everyone. So that does speak to his ideal viewer, but it doesn't really promise an interest in transformation, and maybe there's some curiosity there, not necessarily a lot. So I just transformed that to double your photography rates with this one simple trick, and that would target that right person. It would keep them bringing this back to his channel. So we need to make sure that every video he makes speaks to that ideal audience, because if they watch one video and they get another one recommended to them, we want them to think, damn, I need to watch this video. And then when another video gets recommended, they go, yep, this is also for me, and they will binge his content one after the next after the next. That will show YouTube this is a healthy channel, people are interested, and it will give it a lot more views. But when the content is like it currently is, where he jumps between gear reviews and street photography and wedding photography tips, the audience is so segmented into these different places that they're just not interested anymore. They just stop watching the videos and the channel slowly dies. But how do we turn this into $1 million business? So right now he's selling a few different courses. He has some for around $100, and he also has a membership which is $10 a month and has 200 members. Now sure, if he sold a lot of courses at $100 each, he could make $1 million in a year. But he would need to sell a lot of courses. What I would do is set up a very simple system. First, I would publish more videos on his channel, making sure that every single one speaks to his ideal viewer. It speaks to that wedding photographer who wants to grow their business. Then, from each video, I would give away something for free. And I would do this by having people opt in for some sort of email list. Now, what you give away here can change, but in this case, I've got quite a good idea. See, there's a channel that I've been watching a lot recently, and his freebie is a email course, which is 30 days, 30 insights, and 30 ways to optimize your fitness business. And I think John could do something very similar. He could do 30 ways in 30 days to grow your photography business, where every single day he sends out a simple email that tells people a little tip on how they could grow their photography business. Then, as he keeps publishing videos, he's going to get more and more people signing up to that email course. And over time, people are going to be screaming out to him saying, I want to buy something from you. And then I would do something very simple. I would get all of those emails and offer them a cohort, where you do a big group coaching package and give people the transformation they want. So you work with them in a group setting for, say, 2 months, helping them grow their wedding photography business. And for something like that, for the right person, you could charge a lot of money. You could easily charge $3,000–$4,000, because if they took that cohort, if they learned and they implemented, they would make way more money back in their business. So it would be a very easy sell. And if you're charging $4,000 a head, you don't need to sell many of those to hit $1 million in a year. So right here, under John's nose, is a 7-figure business. Just taking some simple steps to tweak the content to make sure the videos speak to his ideal viewer, and then set up a simple method for capturing that attention, getting it into an email list, and he will be able to absolutely print money with it. But if you want to learn how another creator made $1 million in a single month with YouTube, then I'd recommend watching this video next.